Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for October. I hope everyone's September went well, and I hope people are looking forward to fall and the Halloween season, pumpkin spice season as some people know it. Fall is always a lovely, lovely season, especially if you aren't the one that has to rake leaves. So let's go ahead and dive right into what's going on the channel these days. So we've got Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator. That replaced Peglin. Both games were in early access, and they were both basically games that I was just like, this looks interesting and fun. I think I'll just play it, kind of thing, as opposed to something that I've long desired to play, kind of thing. But they've both been a lot of fun to play and very enjoyable. Potion Craft bit unfortunately has definitely hit that early access point where they haven't added in all that much different stuff. There is a beta version that's available. They didn't just like automatically update people's games because they wanted people to have the choice of whether to go into the beta version, which is supposed to be closer to what the final game is going to look like. I didn't know that until after I started, so unfortunately, some of those new features and possibly a whole lot of new material is not available to my Let's Play. But I'm pretty sure that the gameplay is basically the same, so I kind of feel like if you're enjoying what it looks like now, you'll probably enjoy that kind of thing. I haven't tried it out yet, again, because the saves are not compatible. When I get to the end of Potion Craft, I will definitely do a little bit of what the changes have brought and stuff like that. So we'll take a quick look at that. However, when Potion Craft does wrap up, we will be sliding into the winner of the Patron's Choice Let's Play poll. So very, very clearly, Parasite Eve was the victor in that poll. 41%. I think that's probably the highest percent we've had for uh, any of these polls. So that's pretty amazing on its own. I do kind of wish that they would allow ranked choice voting. That would be really neat. Uh, just because it's possible that everyone else would rather want, like the other 59% of people would rather see Grandia 2. Um, that's kind of what happens with ranked choice, but I don't have a choice on how these polls are run, and I don't really want to put it down to just two options at the end. Um, but all of these games are games that I've at least looked at this point and said, hey, yeah, that would be fun to play. So at some point, all of these games will probably show up on the channel. When that will be, I don't know. Who knows? Could take a really long time to get to some of them. Lord knows some of these games are like I've this channel has been around for over 10 years now. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and there are games that in the early stages of the channel, I was like, I would like to play that. Like this would be an opportunity to play this game that I've never played before, as in the case of like Parasite Eve. Most of these games, actually. Azure Dreams, I didn't know anything about until recently, but it does look like a lot of fun. Um, or it's like a game that I never finished. Grandia 2 is actually in that category, but that was also because I got the very buggy PlayStation 2 version. So um, so yeah, it's like there are still so many games that I want to play that I haven't gotten around to yet. So it does kind of amuse me. Um, how it's like, it's been going on for 11 years, and yet there's still so many games to play. But yes, so these games are all looking quite fantastic and fun, so they will probably show up on the channel at some point. Parasite Eve being the winner, that will be sliding in behind Potion Craft. So when that finishes up, we'll be getting to that. I imagine Potion Craft will be wrapping up sometime this month. And so we will get a nice spooky game for the Halloween season. I did actually really like how 3 of the games, and yes, I know Parasite Eve takes place around Christmas or something like that, but still, the point is it's a spooky game. 3 of these games are very, very Octobery in their spook factor, so that was a fun coincidence. So that is what's going on with Potion Craft in that video slot. Xenoblade Chronicles is also ongoing in the console RPG, and the reason why I'm not following that one up with Parasite Eve is that game's going to go a long time. I don't know exactly how long, but there's every indication that it is a long game, in part because there's just so much exploring to do. There's a lot of side quests. I could speed things up a little bit more, but I just really enjoy the exploration part of the game. So we'll see how that goes. And I really do enjoy playing it as well. Typically, when I sit down to play a game for the channel, I try to get 7 episodes. 8 is nice, so that I have to get 7 episodes done to have a full week. Otherwise, I got to do a second makeup recording day, and I don't have a whole lot of time for that. So when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles, yeah, I've been doing more like 12 to 14 episodes in a session. I haven't even uploaded last week's episodes that I recorded, and I'm recording tomorrow, so I'm a little ahead. A tiny bit. Smidge. Scooch. So, yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun game, that's what I'm saying. But it's also going to be around for a little while. I hope you guys have been enjoying that. I certainly am, as is very clear, as should be very clear. And then in terms of the co-op game with Zerfall, 46 Okunen Monogatari, the Shinkaran, Eva, the Theory of Evolution. That is the precursor to Evo, the Search for Eden, which came out a couple years later for the SNES. And it is kind of amazing how different the graphics are, even setting aside how very different the gameplay is. This being a game that is very much in the, top-down wander the world RPG style of, like Dragon Quest. And there are Dragon Quest and similar RPG references in it that are not in the SNES platforming RPG. But it has been quite a lot of fun, very interesting as well. And we actually wrapped up the recording this past recording day, so that's going to be coming to a close probably within 2 weeks, I think. The videos have been getting uploaded kind of right on the heels of our recording sessions, so that's pretty handy for that. And we'll be looking at something else. We were quite tired by the time we finished the recording session because it was very much like we got to a section. I mean, the ending kind of snuck up on us. It wasn't like whoa, I didn't expect it to end right there, kind of thing. But of just like there could have been more, but it also could have been the end, and stuff like that. And then there was a point where it was like, okay, this next thing could either be 5-10 minutes of the end, or it could be a whole other hour. It turned out to be a whole other hour. So that was fun. But do look forward to that. That has been a lot of fun to play. And had some interesting revelations. some of which I knew, obviously, but Koichi Sugiyama, who does all the Dragon Quest music, did the music for that, and it's good music. And it was rearranged for the SNES version. Um, but got to the end, looking at the credits, and a name jumped out at me: Yasuhiro Naito. Naito, I think it's actually pronounced. Um, who is gonna be better known to a lot of anime fans as the creator of Trigun. Yeah, he worked on that. Just as part of like the staff. Not even as far as I can tell, like the art, the artwork or anything like that. Just one of the staff. I'd be very curious what he did on that. I If anyone knows of an interview with him where they ask him about that game, because like that's not mentioned on his Wikipedia page at all. Maybe it would be on the Japanese Wikipedia page. I might need to check that, but yeah, I just like was not expecting that at all. So it's always fun to get that kind of thing. But moving on. In terms of the current streams, we've got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's going on Mondays. Also, a very fun game. Really, really enjoying that. I love the exploration part of it. I kind of like certain types of open world games. There's decent direction in terms of like, um, you got all these things to do, and there's things just scattered around everywhere to do. Um, but there's also just, so easy to just be like, do 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 do. All right, we're going to this part. Oh, what's that over there? Let's go check it out. That looks neat, kind of thing. I love that kind of gameplay. It's one of the reasons why I like Minecraft a lot. But Breath of the Wild is a bit more focused on what you can do, what you need to do, um, and stuff like that. And the oh, what's that over there tends to be a little bit more obvious and to a certain extent rewarding sometimes. Um, but yeah, so that's tons of fun. Retro game, we are currently playing Arcana, aka Cardmaster in Japan. I did play this back on the channel. It was my first SNES RPG, if I remember correctly. Might have actually been my second console RPG after Crystalis. I'd have to go back and double check that time frame. But yeah, so that is long been one of my favorite Japanese RPGs. It's extraordinarily linear. There is no replayability on that game at all, other than just the fact that it's fun. What isn't fun is having to replay parts because you died and didn't save state, and the encounter rate. But you kind of expect that with Japanese RPGs, at least of that era. So that probably have another 2 sessions in, maybe just one. I don't know, not sure. Um, but when that wraps up, and that's going on the Wednesday retro streams around 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays. We've got Clock Tower for the SNES, which I need to get a translation patch for. Legacy of the Wizard for the NES. Deja Vu for the NES. Shadowrun for the SNES. Zelda the Minish Cap GBA. And Barbie for the NES. So we have a very, very full list of games coming up. So the Choose the Retro game is most definitely closed off for now. um, until I get that down to like 2 games. Then we can open it up again. For now, that's going to be what we've got in the future. Some of those, like Zelda the Minish Cap, that's going to be another multi-stream game for sure. Not sure about some of the others. Some of these I've played, some of them I haven't. So I'm not sure how long some of that will go. But that is what we've got going on. And then, of course, we have Fridays with the Minecraft stream session still ongoing. We've gotten a good life out of Hamtopia 18, which is pretty nice. Uh, Definitely enjoying going through that. And then, of course, Lego building streams on Wednesday night and Friday night. This past Friday, we just finished up the Lion Knight's Castle, which came out at the beginning of August. Absolutely fantastic build. Absolutely fantastic. Uh, it's hard to compete with the Titanic, but this is not even head and shoulders above the best Lego castle that they've ever produced, the best castle they've ever produced. The best castles up to, prior to that come up to its knee. It is that good. If you like Lego Castle, do yourself a favor and get that set, Lion Knight's Castle. It is so good. It is on the expensive side, but you do get a ton of pieces, tons and tons and tons of detail and playability and everything with this, and it will go so well with any kind of castle display that you might want to do with Lego. It is that good. Do yourself a favor and get it if you enjoy Lego Castle. There's so many nice little features and details and references to past castle sets and stuff like that. The one thing that it was missing that I was sad to see it not there, and just a little thing, and part of it is more because I have a soft spot in my heart for it. No references to the Fright Nights. No reference. Arguably, there are in that there are two bats in the set, but there's no comments about the Fright Nights. I mean, there were comments about Wolfpack. There were comments about the Forestmen. Comments about the Black Knights, the Dragon Knights. Of course, it is the Lion Knight's Castle. All of that stuff, but no mention of the Fright Nights. Sad. But I also kind of, understand them maybe wanting to sweep that under the rug because the models weren't that great. Great for pieces. Great for pieces. But, yeah. So, that's neither here nor there. But yes, if you like Lego Castle, get that set. It is so good. And with that wrapped up, we'll be building something else new on Fridays. Choosing, again, another multi-stream build. Have not decided just yet what that will be, but do join Friday if you if you're enjoying me building Lego. Please join me Wednesday and Friday. Friday we'll see something new. Wednesday, of course, we'll see something new because I try to focus on the smaller stuff. On Wednesday, it tends to so I can finish that either in 1 or 2 sessions, kind of thing. Partly that's so that I have the desk space for the bigger things, but and I also understand, like, I want different things on Wednesday and Friday so that if someone can show up to one, they don't feel like they're missing something if they can't show up to the other, sort of thing. So that is where we are with the Lego building. Man, it's hard to believe that we've done 44 sessions of that already. That's a lot of fun. It's not great for my back, though. I need a better chair. And then, of course, Saturdays, we've got Spelljammer on Adventure 18. I'm actually recording this update when we would normally be recording Spelljammer. Unfortunately, player illnesses led to us postponing the game until next week. It happens. I mean, I am shocked at how consistent we're able to do it. So, I cannot. when they're like, a couple people are out sick, I'm like, hey, it's just a week. Unlike all the horror stories I hear about other people's games, where it's like, yeah, we maybe can play once a month. Um, I am extraordinarily lucky, very very lucky. So that's what's going on the channel. Primarily. I did mention the poll, so we're going to see Parasite Eve, Grim Fandango, Grandia 2, Gabriel Knight. All three of those were games that were already things that I wanted to play. Azure Dreams, I didn't really know much about, but I've looked into it and it looks fun. So all of those are definitely now, like in my head for these are things that people would really like to see, so I should keep that in mind when making decisions for future Let's Plays. So, we got that. In addition, I have enabled something new on videos. There are super thanks now available. Um, if that's a way that you got that you want to support me, that's now available. I haven't really had anyone ask me about it, but it was also just an easy thing to turn on and set up. So it's just like, just gonna do it. If people use it, they use it. If they don't, they don't. Um, doesn't do it like it's not difficult for me to. It wasn't difficult for me to set it up. So if you're really enjoying particular videos, particular series, you can use that to directly support me and the channel and those particular videos. I have no idea if that affects the YouTube algorithm at all. It may. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if it does, given how they act, but at the same time, it also wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't. So, if you are looking for other ways to support me and the channel, of course, there's the super thanks. You can join the channel membership. There are links either here on the channel page. Every video has the join option. And it's primarily just a way to show support through YouTube. And of course, you can, if you've got YouTube Red or whatever they're calling it these days, if they've changed the name, I don't remember. That is a good way. Watch the videos without ads while still supporting the channel. Patreon is one of the best ways. I get a greater percentage of the money that way. But if that doesn't work for you, you can go to Ko-fi. I got links in the video descriptions of everything, so those are both ways that you can support the channel. And of course, over on Twitch, you can subscribe to me on Twitch, and I get direct support that way, month by month. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can connect that to your Twitch account, get you Twitch Prime, and once per month you have a free subscription that, at no additional cost to you, you can throw my way or another streamer that you also enjoy. Rotate it up between channels if that's the way that you want to do it as well. So if you have Amazon Prime and you haven't set that up, that's kind of like, I mean, it's a benefit that's not being used. So even if it's not for me, do take a moment to set that up and once a month go support a Twitch streamer because it's no additional cost to you. Giving some of Jeff Bezos' ungodly amounts of money to a person who almost certainly needs it more. So do your part to take some money away from Jeff Bezos and give it to poor, hungry streamers. And of course, you can also use bits. One of the nice things about bits is that when you give them a bit, you basically know about how much money they're getting. It's usually a one-to-one U.S. penny. I don't know how that works in other countries, but at least you know pretty much what they're getting out of that. So all of those ways are fantastic ways to directly support myself or other content creators, and it really is key to ensuring that I can continue creating the videos and the streams that you like. I need to have a roof over my head. I need to have food in my belly, and I need to have internet access. And I need to be able to purchase new games and equipment when the time comes. I would not have Xenoblade Chronicles without money that I had from Patreon and Twitch and other revenue streams. I would not be doing the Lego builds without that. So please do, if you're enjoying any one of those things, please consider supporting the channel directly. If you cannot, I completely understand that. But ways you can support the channel without, that's not monetarily. Make sure that you're watching videos in full. Like the videos, and if you have something to say, leave a comment. Even if that comment is just, hey, I really enjoyed this one. Looking forward to the next one. I like reading them. It helps with the the YouTube algorithm. All of those are considered engagements, and a video that gets more engagements is considered by YouTube to be a better video worth promoting. And they also kind of average it out, like, in addition to individual videos. Like, they'll look at individual videos and say, hey, this has gotten X percentage of the views have been full views and likes and have left comments. They also look at it across the whole channel. So the more you're doing that with every video that you watch, the better YouTube sees the whole channel and considers the whole channel worth promoting in terms of videos from it in general. It all kind of feeds back in. Unfortunately, there's a big difference between me putting out a single video on a single topic once a week and me putting out multiple videos every single day that you're supposed to watch in series. These are two completely different styles of content that you consume. You consume it in the same way, but with a different attitude. Obviously, with a new episode coming out every day for these series, you can watch them every day, but there's also the binge factor. You sit down and you start watching Potion Craft right now, and you go through 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 episodes all straight. You're staying on YouTube's platform, which is what they want. Watching ads as they pop up, if that's the case. But YouTube doesn't treat it differently than someone putting out one, 20 or 30-minute video once a week, kind of thing. So, especially when I have long series and the viewership drops off near the end, to a certain extent, that does hurt the channel by YouTube's algorithm. I'm not changing what I'm doing because this is what I want to do and this is what I enjoy doing, but it's just one of those things that YouTube doesn't, they don't treat my kind of content differently, and it actually, if there are other Let's Players that you've seen that they got big and you've seen their channels change, how they, what they do, what they produce, what they release, doing short snippets of videos and stuff or short snippets of games as opposed to full playthroughs, that's why. That's why. It's basically they're chasing the YouTube algorithm as opposed to YouTube trying to encourage people to create content the way that they want to create. And that's, I think, a real shame on YouTube's part. I don't foresee that changing anytime soon, and I think that's also one reason why a lot of people have gone to Twitch, because that does, while it doesn't encourage serial content particularly, it does encourage you to sit down and watch for a while, kind of thing. So a lot of those people, I think, have taken some of that gameplay to Twitch. But yeah, so keep in mind that anytime that you can give a video a like, watch it fully, and leave a comment, all of those things do help. They do improve my channel standing in the YouTube algorithm. And my channel's not doing poorly, but it's also not doing great. Like it's got kind of a steady state on terms of views and subscriptions, um, but it's not like increasing in terms of like uh, I've been kind of getting the same number of new subscribers since the big pandemic bump at the beginning of the pandemic. And that it's not poor because it's still growth, but it's also not great because ideally it's better if it's like, you know, trending upwards rather than trending flat, and it's basically trending flat. So, um, the more things that you can do to make sure that you're liking the videos and commenting when possible and stuff like that, that really does help um, get the channel seen by more people and bringing in more people. Because YouTube doesn't actually do a very good job, I think, of actively promoting things that people want to see. So they do a pretty good job of promoting things that will keep people watching, but those aren't necessarily the same things. Anyway, so I want to thank all of you for all the support. We've got patron names scrolling by on the bottom. They did an update to OBS, and I haven't figured out how to get the text the way it used to be, so it's larger now, and I don't know why exactly. I've tried it, and it never looks right. So I just kind of like, If I had more video production skills, I would try to make a fancy end screen. I don't have those skills. I have tried to get those skills, and I have failed. I don't think that I have the mindset for that. I will stick to other things: playing games and building Lego and playing D&D. That's where my skills lie. But yes, so patrons' names are scrolling by. You can see profile pictures of members. I want to thank all of you guys for the support that you're giving me, allowing me to keep a roof over my head, keep ham in my belly, and for you guys, the most important thing, I guess, internet connection for uploads and streams and getting games and stuff like that. So I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me. You guys are absolutely fantastic, champions of the channel, and it means a lot to me when people support the channel. So if you can support monetarily, please, please, please do, even if it's just $1 or the lowest tier on Patreon or here on YouTube, Ko-fi, that kind of thing. All of that really does help, and it really does ensure that I can continue to create content for you guys, which I absolutely love. It is so much fun, and I do not plan on stopping anytime soon, ever. There is definitely an element of, God, I hope I don't get arthritis or my eyesight deteriorates kind of thing. All these things that happen in old age. I'm like, oh God, no! I want to keep doing this until I'm 80 or 90 because it's so much fun. It's a little ways off, I mean, who knows what I'll be doing in 40 years? But hopefully, I will still be doing this. That would be hilarious and awesome. And I hope many of you guys would still be along for the ride. Thank you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful October. And thank you for all the support that you've been giving me. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the direct support. Come on over to the Discord, join the discussions there, join the chat on Twitch. It's just tons of fun. We've got good communities, and I love you all. Thank you very much, everyone. See you in the next Let's Play, in the next update video. See you then, everyone.